Hey everybody, I'm Jammer, and today I'm going to be eating my own words. Yes, the other week I made a video saying that there was going to be no more Nintendo Directs this year. But at this point, I just firmly believe that there's no way they're going to be doing a Direct. And if a Nintendo Direct just recently aired, or is about to air, I'm about to eat my own words. Literally the next day, they announced that there's going to be one more this coming year. So that's why I'm here now to give you my predictions directly to you. So, since my audience is primarily Smash Bros. Fans, I'm going to start with that first and then move on to other topics as well. So, I think the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to hear some word about Wave 5 of the Smash Bros. DLC pack. And we're going to finally hear word about the Smash Fighter Ballot. Because after it finally closed, we didn't even hear anything about it, whether who won, what their plans were for DLC, or anything along the lines of that. We didn't get any official confirmation of any character being worked on, or even who won the ballot. So I feel like they're going to talk about this new 5th wave of DLC. They're going to include, of course, the normal stages like they usually do, some Mii Fighter costumes as well, which once those are announced, of course, I'm going to make a QR code video as always, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And then I feel like they're going to actually have one character ready with this first Wave 5, and then maybe they'll announce another character that it will be coming, and it won't be until, you know, spring of 2016. I'm actually kind of feeling that this 5th wave of Smash Bros. DLC will actually come out towards the end of this month, maybe even the beginning of December, still around the holiday season, so then they can have that help close out the year there. I know it sounds crazy that it's like, whoa, well, this coming that quick, but if you think about it, whoever did win, or whoever character they took as a suggestion through the Fire Ballot, they've been working on since the end of October, if not sooner, if they haven't expected who's going to win and whatnot. So it kind of almost makes sense that maybe they would be able to output this character within a couple of months. Or maybe I'm just a little too on myself, and we're probably going to see this 5th pack the coming year. So the second thing I want to touch on is the leaks that we've been hearing that Nintendo has yet to officially reveal, specifically the elephant in the room, Twilight Princess HD. Now at this point, it's pretty much confirmed at this point. There's been the eShop leaks for the icon. There was his model leak in the press conference with the shareholders, and his model even appears in amiibo stands in stores. At this point, we've just been waiting for when they're going to finally announce that this game's going to come out. Kind of thought that maybe they could even squeeze it in this holiday season, but honestly, I mean, if only they had this direct a little while back, then they could have maybe quickly jetted it in there. But I think at this point, it's going to kind of be like a Majora's Mask 3D, where last year they had their direct, I believe it was November 5th. And honestly, that's what I was kind of expecting for this direct too, but obviously we're past that date already. So maybe we're seeing maybe a mid-November, even a December direct, which makes sense because then they're not going to really focus on any of the holiday titles. It's all going to be new stuff, and it's all going to be the plans for Nintendo this coming year in 2016. So as I was saying, Majora's Mask 3D came out, it was like the 2nd week of February last year, so I can see the same type of thing happening with Twilight Princess to fill that gap, because for right now, all we know that's coming up in the first quarter of 2016 is our delayed Star Fox, and then that's about it, which I still don't really agree that's going to be a great time to release that game, but regardless, we still don't really know much that's coming out next year. So, oh, and speaking of Star Fox, that's actually the next thing I want to talk about. I'm kind of hoping, this may not even happen, but I'm kind of hoping that Nintendo's going to at least touch on the delayed games, such as Star Fox and Zelda, and just show us maybe some of the improvements that they're projecting or trying to do, just show us the progress they've made since delaying the game, and show us the new direction of these games. I honestly don't feel like Zelda is still going to be shown. They're going to keep that a secret for a little bit longer, but if you think about it, Star Fox could potentially come out in the next 2 or 3 months. So it would make sense to show us why it's been delayed and show us hopefully vast improvements that the title has received. And so, going back to leaked titles that we haven't really gotten confirmation about, I'd like to also touch on Pikmin 4. Well, a while back there was a press release where Miyamoto had an interview and said that Pikmin 4 was pretty much near complete and only needed its final touches, which would make total sense to announce in this new coming direct, and maybe have a release sometimes next year. It isn't unheard of to have 2 Pikmin installments on the same console. It wouldn't be out of the blue if Pikmin 4 does make its way to Wii U rather than NX like people have been assuming and projecting. People are saying maybe we'll see some word about NX, and I think Nintendo's still gonna hold to their word and say that they're really not going to display this console until next year, sometime next year, before E3. While I too kind of feel like this is the last holiday season of the Wii U, they don't want to announce that there's a new console coming out when it is during the holiday season of the last cycle. They still want people to buy the Wii U, and they don't want people to know that it's a dying console, even though it's no secret at this point anymore. I feel like all NX news are going to be pushed and left for 2016 so they can start fresh in a new year. Maybe there'll be some sort of hint, or maybe they'll say something about when they're going to finally show stuff. Maybe in this direct they'll say, okay, in March of next year we will plan to display our new plans with the NX and whatnot. Speaking of actually plans, I feel like they're going to just definitely talk about their mobile game capitalization and their new Club Nintendo's-esque loyalty rewards program called My Nintendo. Now we know Miyamoto, I don't know, oh, that was corny. I don't feel like we're gonna hear word about that game. We know it exists, we've seen a little bit and understand kind of how it works, but maybe they're going to show how the game is actually played, maybe actually see some in-game footage and whatnot. At the same time, I can't help but feel that maybe they'll want to like keep mobile gaming and their console gaming kind of separated, so Miyamoto may not actually show up in the direct, but I also have that feeling that we're going to see at least a little bit of it to kind of introduce it to us Nintendo fans. And then of course, My Nintendo. I feel like they're going to officially introduce us fans to the program and show us kind of how it works. We can just know like little bits and pieces, what have been described through translations and news articles and whatnot, but there's been we still haven't seen any concrete details just yet, so maybe they're going to display that and perhaps even start promoting the new games that they show off in this direct with the products, such as how Mario Kart 8 gave you the pre-order bonus, or it was the bonus where you registered with Club Nintendo and you could get a free game up to one of the 5 of the options. Maybe they're going to do something sort of in the line of that, entice their fans again to join this new loyalty reward program and get us all hype and on board and earning points. Woohoo! So another thing they're probably going to talk about, which I know a lot of people are hating on it, even more than Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and that's Metroid Prime Federation Force. I feel like this game is going to be displayed in this direct, and more than likely is going to earn a late spring, maybe even early summer release. I'm sure we're going to see some new details, and maybe they've improved it since we've last seen it. Maybe Samus is finally in the game. Or maybe they've taken the focus and completely changed it and dubbed it as Metroid Prime Hunters 2 and brought back in the other bounty hunters and Samus and made it an awesome experience. Granted, that's just me getting my hopes up, but more than likely they're going to show off this game, whether we like it or not. Then of course, I feel like Nintendo's going to throw us a couple of curveballs, where basically it's some completely unannounced games that really nobody even saw coming. So for example, they're going to do a WarioWare mobile game. That would be an amazing idea. But anyways, I feel like there's going to be some titles that we haven't even heard of. I mean, so far, other than Metroid Prime, the 3DS hasn't received any official titles just yet for next year. So I feel like maybe they're going to show off some new games there. Even though the 3DS is nearing the end of its life cycle, I still feel like they're going to plan to still make games for it, especially if they're going to be starting to transfer over to the new NX platform. Through having the 3DS and still making games in between that transition cycle, it'll be a good safety net to lean back onto as they're experimenting with the market and trying out a new console altogether. So I think that's about it. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I can't believe it. 300 subscribers. I am genuinely thankful and happy. I mean, I know 300 isn't like some thousands or almost a million or anything, and but it's a big deal to me. For only doing YouTube a couple of months now, reaching 300, I just really appreciate all of your awesome comments. I love having discussions with you guys, having really awesome conversations about the topics of my videos. It's just been an awesome experience, and I just can't wait to keep sharing more videos with you guys And let's just keep going. Maybe we'll hit 500 by the end of the year. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to smack the big thumbs up. And hey, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do that. I just vlog about Nintendo stuff and talk with you guys about it in the comments. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.